When you look at how music changes somebody's life, I think it's always going to have a different answer, and it's changed my life in certain ways that you may not see on the surface. It's like a two-part answer, because there was the part of my childhood where I found it as to be therapy almost. I lost my father before his time, and it ended up being an outlet for me. And then after taking 9 years off of music in my mid-20s, kind of doubled back and returned to it after getting my own life back together after, what added up to almost 2 decades of trauma thanks to that, including a nice little drug addiction.
Welcome to Island View. I'm your host, Joel Smith. In this episode, we are highlighting details. He shares his story with us about the importance of community involvement. He also shares how he's overcome his hardships, but most importantly, his inspiration for music.
Millionaire, like yeah, that's me. Falling in Ferraris, that's just how it's gonna be. Coming with my partners and we headed to the beach, headed to Hawaii. 1, 2, 3, I'm a millionaire.
At the time, I had a solid 3.8 GPA. I was accepted to a couple of post-secondary institutes. I wanted to be a marine biologist. I really had my stuff together. Unfortunately, I allowed that life event to dramatically spiral me off course and in turn end up in my own addiction. And the weird part is I didn't end up in the addiction because of the trauma. I actually got hit by a car by accident in 2008. I ended up incurring some surgery, and the doctor supplied me with some narcotics in the form of opiates, and next thing you know, a bunch of years had gone by, and I myself had become an addict. When I pride myself on, I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't drink coffee, my personality is in control and not addictive. I was hooked like a fish. So, wake up call. I put out Tainted when I came back from taking 9 years off, and that video shows intravenous drug use and the tale of an overdose. And it sucks, and it's ugly, and it's real. I'm unapologetic for putting that video out because I had to have everybody know where I stood on the subject, because those who know me know about that past that I just touched on. It's important for me to make it clear that I don't ride in that lane anymore, but I understand it.
I'm so worried for her, I knew that her health has declined, but now I'm helpless. I have to watch it all from the side. I watch my baby tell her friends her daddy is died. I see my mama, she tries to get through days and she cries, screams at nobody repeatedly, asks the world why. I wish I'd made a call, I wish I asked for support.
To be passionate is one thing, but to have the motivation to act on it, I think, is a whole other. So to ask, what motivates you? Well, it's clear you're passionate because you're out doing all these things, but why? And to find your why is very important. Motivation, your why, it can wear different t-shirts, but it's all the same thing. What's the reason to get up, get out, and get moving? A second chance is something that isn't afforded in life all the time. And when it is, it's to be pounced on.
Think your best, come with me, boss man, you West Coast 50. So when I'm home, don't hold up, roll it up and show love. I'm on a run in this lifetime. I'll see you when I see you, if I haven't seen you yet.
What it means to me is a lifeline. It's not only probably saved me thousands of dollars in therapy money, but it's allowed me to share my story and what I've gone through, maybe with the next person who can find some type of relativity to it. Once I started to clean my life up, I started to realize that I had a lot more to talk about and that I was saying it way more eloquently than I had ever before.
My work ethic strong just to show my mom I still be up at 6 working hard, no one wrong.
I've come at music in a few different angles, and at my age, I know that I have to change the game a little bit. So if I'm gonna be relevant approaching my 40th birthday in what the kids call a young man's sport, rap music, I have to find other ways to stay relevant. I know that I can see the forest through the trees, and if details hits and that's all good, cool. And if it doesn't, Hoodstock will be there as a safety net to catch him.
I've got all the packages here. I'm looking at the schedule right now.
Now I get a chance to give some of that back to people in terms of the second chance. One thing with Hoodstock from the jump is I wanted to have a foot, if not both feet, planted firmly in the community. Not because I never want to get them feet moving and run around the globe, I do, but I know that roots are important and I know where I came from.
I was able to get opiates out of my life and out of my body after a car accident and an addiction that stole 10 of my best years. So, 6 years coming up that I run my life now.
I carry my brands with me, I'm proud of them, and my involvement in the community has only stepped up tenfold in the last 6 months between doing the halfway across the country tour and now working with the Nanaimo Night Owls. We're gonna bring entertainment, sports, all that community together and have a way where we can go out and celebrate our beautiful city. It's gonna allow Hoodstock to permeate a complete different lane, putting on shows that we have planned for the summer that are comedic shows, some that are rock and country mashup shows, so completely outside the rap music lane.
This is where I've been introduced to me. In my dreams you seem to follow.
Anywhere on the island, if we can do the job to bring the youth and the artists a little more face time, and as well as bringing the fans, supporters, and all the people that want to have that time. It's only natural that I'm going to want to expand with what we're doing in terms of different genres, different locales, different areas on the island. My success will be based on how many people that come up to me anonymously and go, yo man, your music changed my life, thank you.
Hey Logan, what are we doing here?
Filming a video, man.
What do we do best?
Film video.
I'ma be a millionaire, say damn nasty. Stepping through the scene so fresh and so clean. See me at the party popping bottles of the peach. No, if I don't got it, I mean, and it's never out of reach. I'ma be a millionaire.
Know it if you see me. I break a little bread and extend it to the needy. Streets is on the rebound. I just signed a treaty. Canuck blood running through my veins like I'm